What's up? What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossy. I've been barbecuing a storm up all October 2025. These are all the Instagram reels I've been posting all month long. I really hope you enjoy them. If you like one specifically, comment below which was your favorite. Don't be afraid. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Guys, I'm always out here barbecuing. You know what's up. Let's do this. Let's reverse sear a bison steak. Literally the best way to possibly cook this. We're going to start by seasoning it with some South Shore sea salts, rosemary, thyme, sea salt. Absolutely delicious, along with some fresh cracked black pepper. As you can see here, this bison ribeye steak I sourced from Lindsay Lake Farms, local here to Nova Scotia, Canada, is absolutely seasoned to perfection. So we threw it out on the R&R custom-built offset smoker, and I'm smoking it using sugar maple, the Nova Scotia way. Once it hits 95 degrees internal, I'm moving it over onto this little grilling plate by The Rock Cookware right inside my firebox, and you can just hear that sizzle. Oh yeah, isn't that perfection? I'm telling you guys, barbecue on the next level. This bison is incredible. With about 40% fewer calories than beef, 80% less total fat, but more protein per serving, rich in iron, B vitamins, zinc, all great for energy and muscle recovery. And when it's grass-fed, hormone-free, and antibiotic-free in most cases, I mean, that's just a win. We're talking about cleaner, slightly sweeter flavor, but still delicious. I mean, look at this. Juicy, tender, just immaculate barbecue, bud. That's what I'm talking about. And when you have a delicious bison piece like this, you know what's up. Barbecue for life. No wrap ribs are so simple and so delicious. And as you can see here, these were glazed to perfection. Look at that smoke ring. Guys, starting from the beginning, I picked up some Matheson Food Company heater and sweeter seasonings. And I knew if I applied equal parts of both to these racks of ribs, I would have a perfect blend of savory and sweet. And I'm telling you guys, throwing it out on the R&R custom-built offset smoker along with some stinging hot honey as the perfect glaze from the Halifax Honey Company, I knew I could trust these ribs were going to be absolutely delicious. And as you can see here, I'm just painting that hot honey on like it's the last layer going on the Mona Lisa. And I'm telling you guys, doesn't this look exquisite? These ribs look immaculate. I can't wait to dive in, but let's just take one closer look here at this barbecue beauty. I'm telling you guys, man, oh man, I'm in love. Let's slice into these bad boys and take a peek. Look at that defined smoke ring. It's practically taken over the entirety of the rib. That glaze of hot honey on top with that Matheson Food Company seasoning is just perfection. I'm telling you guys, when you're running an offset smoker and do no wrap ribs, you're going to be bathing in that smoky flavor. And remember, barbecue for life. This has to be one of the best ways to make pulled pork. We're going to smoke 2 pork shoulders directly on the offset smoker. I'm going to walk you through everything. We'll start off with some delicious Ragin' Bayman spicy barbecue seasoning by Newfoundland Seasonings. We're going to make sure to fully coat these 2 hunks of pork, but throwing them out on the R&R custom-built 200-gallon offset smoker. It's the only way to smoke these, low and slow, with some delicious applewood and sugar maple. I'm telling you guys, sugar maple is the best flavor profile on pork. I absolutely love it. And I'm telling you, with that applewood mixture, you know we're rendering all that intermuscular fat right out of these pork shoulders. Bud, don't these look absolutely gorgeous with that mahogany bark? We're going to throw them in a tinfoil tray with some butter and some Newfie Bullet gunpowder rum barbecue sauce by the Newfoundland Seasoning Company. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be absolute perfection. Throwing it back on the smoker until it hits 203 internal, draining off all that liquid, inspecting that unbelievable mahogany bark, giving it a quick squeeze, and this thing is just going to shred into oblivion. But let's not forget that liquid we drained off. We're going to ladle that back in. I don't know, 3 or 4 quick scoops, and you got yourself some delicious pulled pork, bud. Barbecue for life.
Ah, snap. We're making jalapeno poppers today, guys. It's your boy Saucy Rossy. I'm out here on the offset smoker. Look at these bad boys. Start, get a bowl. We're going to make that filling. We're going in with some cream cheese, some red onion, and a little bit of shredded cheese. And then whatever barbecue seasoning you want. I'm using Sweeter by the Matheson Food Company. Once we get all this in the bowl together, we're going to wang jangle it around and fully incorporate it. Next, we're going to canoe some jalapenos, and we're going to put that stuffing right inside along with a little citrus treat, some pineapple. Then we're going to grab some Compliments maple bacon and make sure to fully wrap these around those jalapeno poppers and go in with one more layer of that Sweeter barbecue seasoning by the Matheson Food Company. Like I said, I'm out here on the offset smoker and I'm running sugar maple today, boys. We're going Nova Scotian with this. I'm telling you, holy, check this out. These spicy little treats are popping with flavor. I just topped them with some holy haskap jelly by Tyler's Hot Stuff, and that's just going to add an additional layer of delicious flavor to these jalapeno poppers. I'm not lying, guys. Crispy bacon, ooey gooey insides, that citrus treat from the pineapple. Oh man, that holy haskap jelly just to top it all off. This is what I'm talking about. Layers of flavor, delicious barbecue, simple recipes. That's what it's all about, bud. Barbecue for life.
Beef ribs and maple beans with a little bit of hot sauce and that green onion on top is one of my favorite fall recipes to just enjoy some good food. I started off by picking up these delicious little braising beef ribs from Vessel Meats in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and I knew immediately Maritime Madness Mighty Mesquite was the dry rub I needed to season these to perfection. I mean, just look at those. Don't those look adorable? We're going to run out to the pellet smoker. I'm running my Pit Boss today at about 225 degrees, and I'm running it low and slow, playing the old patience game with a blend of hickory, oak, maple, and cherrywood pellets. Bud, we're running this to 203 degrees internal, and I'm telling you, we're going to have some juicy ribs just dripping with that beef perfection. Bud, look at this. Doesn't it look incredible? Man, oh man, my tummy always grumbles with beef ribs. Bud, we're not done though. I wanted a little bit of heat here, so I added in some candied habanero fire candy hot sauce from Maritime Madness for that extra kick of heat. Don't forget a little bit of green onion on top because, hey, everyone loves a little bit of green onion. And Bud, you're going to end up with this little fall recipe that's absolutely delectable and delicious. I mean, who doesn't love some maple beans and beef ribs? Bud, you'll be tooting with joy after this one. It's a 10 out of 10. You know what's up every time. Barbecue for life.
Ooh, Saucy, where'd you learn to cook such perfect pork tenderloins? Well, I just kind of figured it out on my own in the backyard on the Napoleon charcoal grill. And why don't I walk you through everything? What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. I'm layering on some of this Coastal Cookhouse Chipotle barbecue seasoning. It's a perfect dry rub, pairs perfectly with pork. Like I said before, let's get this out on the Napoleon charcoal grill above a bed of Kingsford charcoal briquettes with a hunk of Furtado Woods cherrywood. Bud, we're imparting that perfect smoke flavor here. And before we're done, we're adding in a delicious sauce. Yellow Is It Me You're Looking For by Nurple Sauce Company. Guys, this sauce pairs perfectly with pork. And if you just give it a couple layers, oh buddy, you're going to be in barbecue bliss. I'm telling you, check this out. Doesn't that look fantastic? I grilled it to 145 internal, then let it rest up to about 150. And this is the result, a juicy, tender, and delicious pork tenderloin. But I picked this up, actually both of these, for about $7 from my local grocery store Sobeys. I'm telling you guys, pork tenderloin is priced perfectly right now. And if you're like me and love good deals, well, barbecue for life. It should be illegal to tempt me with spicy ranch chicken wings. Guys, I can't take the temptation. This was too much to handle. Let me tell you all about it. It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue, out here with some sassy chicken by the Royal Nova Company. Really enjoy this barbecue dry rub. I find it blends perfectly with chicken, giving it amazing notes. Just wang jangling these chicken wings all over to make sure they're fully covered. We want that seasoning all over every nook and cranny on these chicken wings. Next, I'm using my pellet smoker today, but you can use a gas grill, your oven, an air fryer, an offset smoker, a charcoal grill. Really, just all you got to do is cook your chicken wings the way you like them cooked. Today, I'm using a blend of hickory, oak, maple, and cherrywood pellets on my pellet smoker. And bud, I'm cooking them at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes until they pass 165 internal. But this is the star. This wing sauce. Some hot ranch, bud. By compliments, I was stoked when I saw this. Now, if you want to make it yourself, it's simple. It's 6 parts ranch to 1 part hot sauce. And if you want it spicier, go 4 parts ranch to 1 part hot sauce. But bud, look at these wings, sauced to perfection and completion. I can't wait to throw these into my belly. You know what I'm always saying out here. Barbecue for life.
Fall is here, and simple sausage recipes are what I'm focused on right now. And these Louisiana Cajun, jalapeno, Monterey Jack, cured and smoked sausages are not only a mouthful to say, but they are a mouthful to devour. We're going to start with some Maritime Madness Louisiana Cajun dry rub, and we're going to make sure to measure out the perfect portions for this. You can see here, I mixed my dry rub right in there along with some curing salt that I dissolved in some water. We're going to get it fully incorporated in that meat mixture before I add in some jalapeno and some Monterey Jack cubes. Make sure to dice those up. Next, we're going to stuff that casing. Don't worry, guys. I got lots of experience with stuff like this, but look at that. Doesn't it look absolutely delectable? These sausage portions look like I've been doing it for more than a week or two. I'm telling you, bud, this was a 10 out of 10. Next, I ran out to the Napoleon charcoal grill and I fired it up with a couple briquettes of Kingsford charcoal and, of course, some cherrywood from Furtado Farms. That nice hunk of cherrywood imparted the perfect smoke on this. Now, look, if you want to know all the instructions on how to properly cure and smoke a sausage, jump over to my YouTube channel. You can see the entire video there now. But for the time being, I'm just going to get you to sit there and just lock those eyes on my sausage and simply remember, barbecue for life. I've been really enjoying bisque lately, and this money muscle bisque is just such a simple recipe. Let's talk you through it, bud. We're going and grabbing the money muscle out of my refrigerator because you know I stay stocked. Grabbing some of that heat from the Hammer Polo y Pescado lime jalapeno hot sauce as a binder. Going in with some Coastal Cookhouse Chipotle barbecue dry rub, liberally seasoning it. I mean, look at that. I'm getting every nook and cranny, bud. Then I'm going back to that heat from the Hammer hot sauce, and I'm going to fill up my injector. As you can see here, I'm seriously filling this bad boy up. Next, we're going to go out to the Pit Boss pellet smoker. We're going to run this at 225 degrees, and we're going to bring this up to an internal temperature of 203. Now, when it hits about 170, at that point, we want to wrap it in tinfoil with just a little bit of butter, and that's going to help us reach that 203 perfectly, buddy. I'm telling you, this is such a simple cook. You can do this yourself at home. All you do once you're done, slice it into simple medallions. We're going to roast some veggies. You know the deal: tomatoes, potatoes, red onion, garlic. Then we're going to put it in the blender and whip that bad boy up and make this delicious bisque. Serve those medallions right there. That money muscle, you know what's up. Right on top with some green onion. And I'm telling you, bud, you're living that backyard barbecue lifestyle. This is absolutely delicious. Such a simple recipe you need to try. And as always, barbecue for life. This jalapeno popper recipe is so beginner friendly, plus it's wrapped in bacon. It's everything you want in a delicious little appetizer recipe. Come on along for the ride. It's your boy Saucy Rossy. Check it out. Grab some fresh jalapenos. Made little jalapeno canoes out of them. Next, we're going to mix together some garlic, tomato, red onion, sour cream, chorizo sausage, Bothwell cheese, Monterey Jack. Oh, buddy, that jalapeno kick in there is going to add extra little heat. But look at this. We mixed all that together, stuffed our canoes, then wrapped them in that molasses bacon. Oh my goodness, this is going to be delectable. Next, I went out onto the pellet smoker. My Pit Boss is running at 250 degrees today with a blend of cherry, applewood, maplewood, and oakwood. Bud, these pellets are just hitting these jalapeno poppers with that smoky flavor. This is going to be absolutely delicious. We're running it low and slow for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, just making sure that bacon is cooked properly. Then, bud, you can pull these off and you got some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers ready to stuff in that belly. I'm telling you, you need to give this recipe a try. It only is a few ingredients, a few hours of your time, start to finish, and bud, you got some delicious food. Barbecue for life. These braised beef ribs were absolutely delectable. With a simple red wine reduction, I was thrilled about this. Check out these delicious beef ribs I picked up from Vessel Meats in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I knew immediately I needed to hit it with Mighty Mesquite Dry Rub by Maritime Madness. Oh, buddy, we're going out to the Dutch oven with a little bit of oil, and we're just going to brown off these beef braising ribs. Then we're going to move them to the side on a plate. We're going to throw in some garlic, carrot, and red onion. And you know me, I'm just going to wang jangle that around in the Dutch oven. Now we need to season this, so again, I'm going in with that Mighty Mesquite. It doesn't only go on steak, it's perfect on veggies too. Next, I'm using Grand Pré, their Bacco. Oh, buddy, this red wine was delicious. Now, made a little mistake here. Probably should have gone in with this tomato paste prior to the red wine, but it's really not that big of a deal. Next, I'm grabbing a Knorr beef stock pot. I'm going to dissolve this in 1 cup of water. I'm just going to pour that in. Next, we're going to throw those beef braised ribs right back in with a couple sprigs of rosemary. Throw that lid on, let them braise, and this is the result. An absolutely delicious braised beef rib. Oh, buddy, ready for you to absolutely devour. I know you're going to want some of this, and always remember, barbecue for life. Marinating pork ribs in red wine was a banging decision, bud. Just juicy, tender, and delicious. Amazing bark. I'm telling you, everything about this was absolutely fantastic. I started off with 2/3 rack of ribs, threw them into a vacuum seal bag with some garlic, thyme and rosemary, and Grand Pré's Bacco. This is absolutely delectable. And I thought building a marinade with this would be fantastic. So threw that in the bag with a little bit of olive oil and some balsamic vinaigrette as well. Nothing too crazy. We're going to vacuum seal this off and throw it into the fridge for 4 to 6 hours. And check out that hue, that red distinct look on those ribs. I'm telling you, bud, it's going to be paired perfectly with sweet chipotle dry rub by Maritime Madness. And this is going to be absolutely spectacular. Make sure to get every nook and cranny, all sides seasoned properly. Then we're going to go out on the pellet smoker, 225 degrees for about 3.5 hours. Then we're going to pull it off, wrap it in some tinfoil with butter, and bud, we're just going to let that come up to about 195, 198, and then we're going to pull it off to rest. And I'm telling you, bud, we got some delicious pork ribs ready to devour. Oh man, that red wine marinade. Oh, buddy, that juicy, tender bite. Oh, geez Louise. These were absolutely fantastic. Barbecue for life. Low and slow smoked tri-tip. Doesn't this look absolutely delicious? Holy cow. Hit this bad boy up for about 8 or 9 hours on the pellet smoker, and these are the results. Absolutely tender and delicious. Started off with some Uncle Hemmy's Gauchinese week. I fully seasoned this hunk of meat, bud. Every nook and cranny, the top, the bottom, the front, the back, the left, the right. Then we brought it out on the Pit Boss pellet smoker. I'm running it today with a blend of hickory, oak, maple, and cherrywood pellets, and I'm running it at 225 degrees. Now, what I'm really doing here is waiting for it to hit 165 to 170 degrees internal. I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper with some beef tallow, then bring it up to 203 degrees. And then you get this. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. This thing's jiggling and bootylicious, bud. Look at this. Just pulling apart, so tender and juicy and delicious. My golly, man. Everything about this was so unbelievable. That tallow all over this beef. Bud, every little nook and cranny was just so delectable. I really enjoyed tri-tip. If you like backyard barbecue like I do, and you haven't smoked a tri-tip low and slow, you got to pick up a delicious dry rub, like something from Uncle Hemmy's, and just try this out. You'll be psyched, bud. Everything about this was a 10 out of 10. And remember, barbecue for life. You need to try a chicken cordon bleu sandwich, completely action-packed with flavor, ready to fill that belly. Bud, you're going to be in heaven. I went to Sobeys and picked up some Compliments chicken breast, some Bothwell cheese, and some Compliments honey ham and made these delicious cordon bleus, seasoned with Saucy chicken by the Royal Nova Company. I'm telling you guys, seasoned to perfection, baked in the oven at 350 for about 32 minutes, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular. Oh, buddy. Once you slice it up into those little medallions, you're going to grab some brioche buns and throw some sweet with a little heat barbecue sauce by the Royal Nova Company on it. I'm telling you guys, we are layering on flavor here. Next, you're going to pile on those slices of chicken cordon bleu. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. While you're cooking it in the oven, if any cheese leaks out, just take it right off the pan and throw it on your sandwich. You can thank me later. And with those pickled peppers, delicious tomatoes, some lettuce, I'm telling you, bud, we got a sandwich stacked and ready to go in your belly. You're going to be absolutely thrilled with the result here. I'm telling you, if you want a good little meal, this is it. Absolutely packed with flavor, absolutely delicious, and just a 10 out of 10 every time. And you know what's up. Barbecue for life. I have been indulging in chimichurri all week, and it's been a 10 out of 10. Both on steaks and on these simple side dishes, I'm in heaven. What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue, and making chimichurri is just one of those new things in my world I am psyched about. I want to pass it on to you. Chimichurri is a fresh, uncooked sauce from Argentina and Uruguay. It's often used for grilling meats. It's made with finely chopped parsley, garlic, olive oil, red wine vinegar, and oregano, sometimes with chili flakes for a little bit of heat. It's bright, tangy, and herbaceous. It's like a South American version of pesto, perfect as a marinade or finishing steak sauce. Oh my goodness, on chicken and veggies, it's absolutely delicious. You know I'm quickly grilling up a steak and just dousing it in that unbelievable chimichurri. Oh man, it's so refreshing, so delicious, just ready to go right into that belly. But it doesn't need to be meat, guys. You can take some simple sweet potato baked in the oven, dump on some feta, then finish it with that delicious chimichurri, and you have an unbelievable side dish you're going to absolutely love. Trust me on this one. Chimichurri is such a great sauce, both for meat and side dishes, that you need to explore ASAP. And remember, barbecue for life. Sloppy Joe stuffed pogos with a delicious shredded cheese melted on top. That's all you really have to say for me to have a great day. What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. And I saw a simple recipe by Richard Eats, and I knew instantly I had to give it a try. So I grabbed some of that Matheson Food Company beef seasoning, cooked down that ground beef before I turned it into a delicious Sloppy Joe mixture. You know me, wang jangling those ingredients around in the frying pan, getting that Sloppy Joe mixture prepped. Look, I smoked these low and slow at 250 degrees for about an hour, and they got deliciously cooked through. So I grabbed a serrated knife, sliced into those dogs, and Bud packed it full of that Sloppy Joe mixture, topped it off with that shredded cheese, and I'm telling you, Bud, these were made for royalty. I mean, who doesn't love that delicious pogo stuffed with Sloppy Joe, topped with melted cheese? But I'd marry these if I wasn't already fully hitched. I'm telling you, this is ready to go. Shove it into my gut, and I'm going to be thrilled, bud. Keeping you warm from the inside. Autumn's here, and these delicious, simple recipes that you can do yourself on the smoker. Well, bud, that's what good barbecue is all about. And I'm telling you, this is a 10 out of 10. You got to try it, bud. You're going to love it. And always remember, barbecue for life. I really enjoy a delicious pork shoulder, smoked low and slow over 8 or 9 hours. And when you season it with something like Uncle Hemi's Got You Knees Week, a delicious barbecue seasoning that's got a little bit of a kick to it, oh, buddy, you're going to have an absolute blast. And as you can see here, I'm liberally seasoning this pork shoulder, getting every nook and cranny fully coated before I threw it out on my Pit Boss pellet smoker, low and slow, with a mix of hickory, oak, maple, and cherry wood pellets. And I'm telling you, bud, this was a 10 out of 10. Everything about this, oh man, was just melt in your mouth juicy. That smoke flavor imparted perfectly. I'm telling you guys, watch this. So simple and so delicious. Just a quick squeeze of that hand and your fingers are going right in through that bark on that pulled pork. This is erupting into a shredded, delicious pile of meat. And that's exactly what I was looking for, bud. Perfect on tacos, nachos. You can make a pulled pork sandwich. You can make poutine. Or if you're like me, you can make a fully loaded pulled pork burrito stuffed to the brim with beans, dirty rice, lettuce, sour cream, salsa, and that delicious pulled pork. Oh, buddy, everything about this was just a 10 out of 10, and I'm thrilled. Barbecue for life.
Meat delivery systems are extraordinarily important at my dinner table. I'm always thinking about the best way for you to experience some low and slow smoked barbecue. And guys, burritos might be the champion of all this. I grabbed some Dempster's tortilla rolls, and man, oh man, did it ever equate to an unbelievable meat delivery system. I'm not exaggerating, guys. Loaded with tons of extras, but we've got that pulled pork piled in a mountain directly in the center. And guys, I am excited about this one. It's going to be absolutely scrumptious. You can see me here folding it over, compacting that meat delivery system. Oh, getting it ready to go right into my gut. And bud, I've prepared the perfect projectile. I'm going to send this right into my belly and just enjoy this bad boy. Look, if you're not eating burritos, go ahead, get one in your life. You're going to be thrilled. And always remember, barbecue for life. All right, so you've invited a cute little lady over to your place for a nice evening, but you don't know what to do to set the mood. Well, I'm telling you, bud, every lady loves a delicious ooey gooey cheese dip directly out of a squash. I know, I sound like a crazy person, but you gotta trust me on this one. Your date night is gonna be upgraded to the next level. We're gonna go in with some chorizo sausage, some cream cheese, some cheddar cheese, some red onion, garlic, and cherry tomatoes. I'm going to go in with the Matheson Food Company Heater barbecue seasoning, then come in with the Matheson Food Company Sweeter barbecue seasoning. By blending these together, it's going to add so much flavor profile to this. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. And simply putting it in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes, oh buddy, we're going to get an ooey gooey cheese dip that your date night is going to just appreciate. I'm telling you, the both of you will be digging into this with some Ritz crackers, going to town, bud. Before you know, you're going to town again, but that's for you to figure out. This cheese dip, though, is so simple, start to finish. I'm telling you, if you eat this, you and your friend are going to have one of the best nights ever. Just get into it, that ooey gooey deliciousness. Barbecue for life.
This rancher steak was cooked to a perfect medium rare. Let's slice into this and just show you exactly what I'm talking about. Cooked to perfection. So tender, so juicy. Oh, buddy, we got a little bit of char on the outside, but this steak is perfect. I'm telling you, look at these morsels, these slices, these bites. Every single one of these is going to be a 10 out of 10. You're going to be so thrilled with this. I'm telling you, look at that juice. This steak was a 10 out of 10, and I topped it with some fantastic chimichurri for the perfect bite. Guys, I loved everything about this. I'm telling you, that delicious chimichurri, that perfectly medium rare steak, it's a 10 out of 10 every time.
I'm grilling this steak on my charcoal grill, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Let's go ahead, aim for a medium rare. Bud, I'm getting some good grill marks on there using Kingsford charcoal briquettes directly above the coal bed. We leave that steak, flipping it back and forth, getting some good char marks on there, getting some good color. Let's go in, slice into this bad boy, check it out. What I was aiming for, medium rare, and I think I nailed it, bud. You got to let me know in the comments below. Do you think I hit this cook? Is this medium rare? Did I cook this correctly? Let me know. Give me your feedback. I'm trying to get better at cooking steak, and I want to know what you think about this. Hell yeah.
Who doesn't love a delicious ribeye steak grilled to perfection, guys? Oh man, everything about this was a 10 out of 10. Now, I need you to let me know in the comments below. Do you think this steak looks cooked correctly? Or did I overdo it? This bone-in ribeye, I was aiming for a medium rare, and I pulled it at 125 degrees and let it rest up to 135 degrees. And bud, it was absolutely delicious. Tender and juicy. Every single bite was so flavorful. I loved this. Let me know in the comments below. If I can give you one piece of advice for barbecue, it's to upgrade yourself to a charcoal grill. I'm telling you, don't be afraid. It's so simple to cook on. Check it out. We're grabbing some chicken thighs and seasoning them with the original seasoning by Matheson Food Company. I'm going to go on the bottom with a quick layer underneath the skin, and then on top of the skin. Then we're going to go right out on my Napoleon charcoal grill, right above that bed of Kingsford charcoal briquettes. I'm getting a little bit of char on that skin, then moving them over onto indirect heat. Now look, you got to be careful. Flames can kick up. There's a lot of fat in that chicken skin. So just pay attention. Then once you got all them moved onto indirect heat, we're going to take some Furtado Farms hickory chunks and we're going to throw them right into that coal bed. We're layering additional flavor here, guys. And these chicken thighs smoked with that charcoal hunk of hickory right in there, bud. Oh, it's going to be perfect. I'm telling you, layers of flavor. This is what barbecue is all about. Good grill marks, delicious chicken, everything about this was simple. You gotta try it yourself. I highly recommend you upgrade yourself to a charcoal grill. It's definitely worth the change. And look, Christmas is coming. It's a perfect present for your man. I'm telling you guys, charcoal grills, you gotta try it. Barbecue for life. Naan bread pizza with a hot honey drizzle is such a basic recipe that's so enjoyable and simple. It only takes about 10 minutes to make and you're going to absolutely love it. Go ahead and grab yourself a sausage. I smoked and cured this one personally. Pretty stoked about that. So I sliced it up into some small sausage medallions. Look at me. I'm friggin' balling in sausage. Check this out. We're throwing down 2 pieces of naan bread. Just putting on my favorite pizza sauce. You can use whatever pizza sauce you want. We're just going to evenly distribute it and then throw down some pieces of that sausage. Okay, next we're going to throw on some mozzarella because it's perfect for melting, and then some Monterey Jack cheese. I'm telling you, this is the perfect pizza. So simple, so delicious. And when you hit it with stinging hot honey from the Halifax Honey Company, it becomes a 15 out of 10. I'm telling you, this recipe was less than 10 minutes to make, and it was absolutely delicious. Everything about this was amazing. And remember, barbecue for life.
Buddy, I love cheese dip. And when you smoke brie low and slow with some Ritz crackers, you got heaven on earth. I'm telling you, bud, this was absolutely delicious. The perfect fall recipe. I started off with some Compliments double cream brie cheese I picked up from my local grocery store, Sobeys. I took it out of its packaging, put it into a little tinfoil boat, and simply cross-hatched some slices into the top. That's going to allow that smoke flavor to penetrate even further into the cheese. Then we're going to set our pellet smoker to the low setting of about 180 to 200 degrees. And we're going to put this brie cheese on there for 45 minutes max. But it's going to start getting soft, tender, and absolutely delicious. Does cheese get tender? I don't know. Anyway, Tyler's Hot Stuff, Holy Haskap Jelly, the perfect way to add that delicious flavor profile right on top. But bud, you know me, we're not done yet. I'm going in with some of that stinging hot honey by the Halifax Honey Company. Pretty much my favorite topping in all of barbecue, but we can talk about that another time. I'm telling you, bud, just drizzle it all over top, and you've got something that you need to get some Ritz crackers in ASAP. I'm telling you, bud, you'll be thrilled once this enters your belly. So simple, so delicious, and always remember, barbecue for life. Fall is the perfect time of year for a delicious shredded chicken stew recipe. This was a 10 out of 10. I cannot emphasize how much this fall recipe made me happy. Started off, browned off some chicken in my Dutch oven, removed it once it got some good color, and went in with some garlic and red onion. Cooked that down for just a few minutes. Then I added in a melange of tomatoes, both red and green, potatoes, and some carrots. Fully incorporated, cooking that down. Then going in with some Blomidon Estate Winery, Cheval Blanc, about 3/4 of a cup. We're going to cook off that alcohol. We're going to dissolve a chicken bouillon stock pot by Knorr right in about 1 cup of water. Then we're going to fully incorporate that. Once you got everything, wang jangled and incorporated together in the Dutch oven, we're going to go back in with those chicken breasts. And optionally, if you have any rosemary and thyme, you can throw that in as well. We're going to incorporate all this, cook it down, then throw in some basmati rice just to finish it off. Look, if you want all the detailed instructions, jump over to my YouTube channel where you can see the entire cooking recipe fully through. You're going to love it. But for now, just check out this delicious plate of food. Served with a fantastic Sauvignon Blanc from Blomidon Estates. I'm telling you guys, this was absolutely a 10 out of 10 and the perfect fall recipe to fill my belly. Barbecue for life. Boneless short ribs are absolutely delicious, and luckily you can smoke them low and slow, kind of the same method that you can do with a brisket. I mean, look at that intermuscular fat here. It looks spectacular. I knew I needed to use some Coastal Cookhouse Chipotle barbecue dry rub on this. Seriously, covered every nook and cranny here before throwing it out on the Pit Boss pellet smoker. Now, today I'm running this with a mix of oak, hickory, maple, and cherrywood pellets. All of those lend perfectly to beef, and by blending them together, we're going to get a robust and amazing smoke taste to this hunk of meat. And I'm telling you, these boneless short ribs are just a 10 out of 10. Now, I smoked them low and slow at 225 until they hit 165 degrees internal. Then I wrapped it in tinfoil with a little bit of beef tallow and bud, let it hit 203, and this was the result. Incredible, juicy, tender, and delicious beef short rib. Boneless. I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. Delicious barbecue. Look at that little smoke ring. Look how juicy this is. And you best believe I plated this up with some roasted veggies, and it was just a 10 out of 10. Everything about this was fantastic. Loved this dinner, and always remember, barbecue for life. This chicken was smoked to perfection on my offset smoker. Let me tell you everything. I started off with 3 chickens, split them in half. Absolutely delectable. Marinate them in balsamic burn by heat from the hammer. This sauce is just delicious. Marinated it for about an hour while I let the offset smoker get up to temp. I'm telling you guys, I made this delicious butter just to rub all over the chicken, starring some South Shore sea salts, chili lime sea salt seasoning, some rosemary, black cracked pepper, and some homemade chipotle powder. I'm telling you guys, while firing up this offset smoker, I threw in a couple baked potatoes because I'm a meat and potatoes guy. Then I went back inside, smeared that butter all over that chicken, then threw it right out onto the offset smoker. Now, you know me, I love paying attention to my fire, making sure it's stoked perfectly. And this is why. Delicious chicken with that applewood and distinct sugar maple taste from that smoke pouring over top. That's why I love my offset smoker. It's authentic wood smoke cooking this chicken. And I'm telling you guys, you're probably sitting there going, God damn, that looks delectable. And you're right. It is and was. And man, oh man, if smell-o-vision was a thing, you'd be sniffing your phone right now. Because man, this was incredible. I mean, look at this chicken breast, just cooked to perfection, man. Oh, bud. Barbecue for life. I friggin' love it, man. What's up, team? This simple recipe is banging. And when you got leftover barbecue chicken, oh, I'm telling you, it's a 10 out of 10. You know what's up. It's your boy, Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. Always out here grilling up some delicious chicken. Now, if you want to see that entire experience, go to my last posted video. But for now, we're going to just take some of that chicken, shred it up, and set it to the side. Then we're going onto the stovetop. We're going to throw down some garlic, some onion, some carrots that I shredded. We're just going to wang jangle that around in a little bit of oil. boil before we throw in some chili lime sea salt by the South Shore Sea Salt Company, along with some cracked black pepper. And Bud, continue to wang jangle around, throw in some bell peppers, and again, we're continuing that wang jangle before we throw in some Blue Dragon pad thai noodles to boil. Now, just follow the instructions on the pad thai noodles. It's super simple, but let's go back to these veggies. We're going to throw in that chicken and start getting that warmed up. After your noodles have boiled, you're going to throw them right into the frying pan with everything else. Begin wang jangling before you add a perfect sauce. I'm using Nurple's Sauce Company's Castle Bravo. It's a sweet Thai chili sauce. And Bud, I'm telling you, that sauce is what leveled up this dish. 10 out of 10. Everything here was so delicious and incredible. And I'm telling you, when you got barbecue chicken, it's just one thing: barbecue for life.
Who doesn't love a delicious hot honey drizzle? I'm using the Halifax Honey Company's Stingin' Hot Honey on this delicious focaccia bread pizza that I purchased from the Cooling Rack Micro Bakery in the Lower Sackville Farmers Market today. And Bud, I am a happy camper. Just look how delicious this is. It was seriously a 10 out of 10, guys, and I can't wait to go get more of this. Bud, I'm going to load this thing up with so many different smoked meats. Oh, I can't wait. Guys, just drizzle honey over every pizza that you eat. Trust me. If you didn't know you can get bison that's raised in Nova Scotia, let me be the first to tell you. I just discovered this myself, and I'm extremely excited. Lindsay Lake Farms. Thrilled to find out that you can get bison raised here in Nova Scotia. So I picked up this delicious bison ribeye steak, and I smoked it using sugar maple, the Nova Scotian way. And Bud, once it hit about 98 degrees internal, I moved it into the firebox to sear off on this plate, right next to that wood fire. This was absolutely delicious and delectable, and I can't wait to get more Nova Scotia bison.